There are many different themes of verses in the Bible. Bible verses on courage, Bible verses on love, Bible verses when you're dealing with stress, Bible verses in the joyful times. You get the picture. But something that I like to go into is, what are the strangest verses that we find in the Bible? Well, today I've got one of those such verses for you. I'm Aiden, and welcome to A Pastor's Life for Me. I hope you enjoyed that opening montage. If you're wondering at all how that is related, you'll see momentarily. It's been a while since I've done some more camera-related stuff on the channel, and it's always good to get back to that. There's a little bit of context leading up to the verse that we are going to be in for today. There was a king in Israel named Saul, commonly known as the first king of Israel. He was the king that Israel wanted, the king who was a literal head taller than everybody else in Israel. This beautiful man that everybody could look up to and say, hey, now there's a good king, but not necessarily a man whose heart followed after God in the way that it should have. God commanded Saul to do certain things, and Saul, he didn't obey as well as he should have. The first time that this happened, Saul got a very stern warning, but the second time that this happened, and this is where we find our verse, the prophet Samuel tells Saul that the kingdom is being torn away from him and that somebody would replace Saul. And the incident that took place was Saul was supposed to destroy this pagan king and everybody that was there. We're not going to get into this whole genocide debate, but let's put it this way. A lot of these pagan kings and nations looked far more evil than even Stalin and Hitler. Israel was a tool of God's wrath upon these nations. And so King Agag was one of these wicked pagan kings, and so God had sent Saul and Israel to completely destroy Agag and his people. But Saul didn't listen. Instead of completely destroying them, he saved a few, which he later said, well, we only kept them to sacrifice to the Lord later, as if that was some sort of good excuse. Samuel then replied with the famous phrase, which gets repeated a number of times in scripture, to obey is better than to sacrifice. So then after Samuel prophesied that the kingdom would be torn away from Saul, we come to one of the strangest verses in the Bible. 1 Samuel chapter 15, starting in verse 32, it says, Then Samuel said, Bring here to me Agag, king of the Amalekites. And Agag came to him cheerfully. Agag said, Surely the bitterness of death is past. And Samuel said, As your sword has made women childless, so shall your mother be childless among women. And Samuel hacked Agag to pieces before the Lord that day in Gilgal. I don't know if you caught the strange part of the text. It is what some consider the 14A or R rating version of the Bible there. But it is the part where it says Samuel hacked Agag to pieces. The Bible can sure be graphic at times, now can it? My. Can this actually be what it says? The NIV takes a much less gruesome approach and says, And Samuel put Agag to death before the Lord at Gilgal. And the New Living Revised Version does the same sort of language as well. So then why does the ESV, the NASB, and even the King James Version use such graphic language to describe the death of King Agag by the hand of Samuel? And it's because the Hebrew word shashaf used there literally means to hew into pieces. It has a violent connotation to mean to cut up into many sections of pieces. So these texts are graphic because the word itself is very graphic. And that's how the whole montage at the beginning ties in. I picture this arrogant king marching in on his way thinking, oh, I've been alive all this time now, this wimpy prophet's here. He's surely not going to kill me now. The time for blood has passed. I'm still alive. You're surely not going to kill me. Samuel, who originally gave the word of the Lord to Saul to kill King Agag, is now furious at King Agag's arrogance, takes up his axe and just You get the point. And I don't know if you knew this verse existed or not, or if you've ever read it in a word-for-word translation like the ESV, NASB, or King James version, where they translate the graphic meaning of the word. But I gotta say, this is one of the more strange verses of the Bible. I mean, just thinking about it, a judge and a prophet of Israel hacking a pagan king to pieces kind of just baffles my mind. A little bit of strange things going on here. Let me know what you think. If you thought I was going to be talking about a different strange verse in the Bible, let me know what that verse is in the comments. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, remember to know the word, do the word, and share the word. But as always, remember to do it in love.